Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
My name's Greg J, and I'm an alcoholic. I've been asked to share on why is my drinking different from the average drinker, and when I was drinking I really sort of didn't take a lot of notice of other drinkers because I was too busy worrying about my own drinking, and that just shows that I have a mental obsession with alcohol and drinking, and that makes me a little bit different from the average drinker as well. But the thing for me is that once I start drinking, I can't or I don't want to stop. You know, there was times where I wouldn't, in my younger days, I wouldn't have enough to drink alcohol to probably get, blacked out. So I didn't drink. Because I knew that once I started I couldn't stop, and if the alcohol was taken away from me and I had no more to drink, it was horrific. I felt terrible, and it was just easier not to have that first drink. It didn't happen very often, once or twice I think. I was someone who always knew how much I needed, and I devoted my every cent that I ever earned to alcohol. I saw average drinkers in hotels. They could have a few beers and go home, and I used to think, good on yous, and I actually didn't mind it because then I knew that the bartender would be focused more on me than worrying about them. So I was very self-centered, and and I just had an alcoholic mind. It's as simple as that. So I had the mental obsession and the physical allergy, and I've seen normal drinkers, like I had my brother-in-law, he'll have four stubbies or something like that, and he'll go, oh, all right, I feel a little bit wonky now, I'll stop. And as my old sponsor used to say, when it's time for a general normal drinker to stop, it's usually the time for him to start and really get into it. So I come to AA with my alcoholic mind, and I read the book and understood what an alcoholic was, and understood that it was bodily as well as mentally and spiritually, and so I focused a lot on. I actually got my last drink actually convinced me that my body couldn't handle alcohol anymore, and it was time to stop. So I surrendered to alcohol that day. I give it away, and I've been sober since the 5th of May in 2005, which is a fantastic day for me. I come to AA. I didn't wait to get well. I went through the process of the steps to get well because, as I said, I have an alcoholic mind, and it needs treatment. And, I just can't get there and say, oh, well, I've had enough, and use my willpower to stay sober. So I won't go over the time allocated, and if you're a newcomer, just try and keep coming and get sober, because you'll have a life beyond your wildest dreams, and it's a day at a time, and you don't have to put up with that yes no, will I, won't I stuff that goes on in the alcoholic mind. So thanks for sharing, and I'll keep coming back. Thanks.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.